Lots of new movies opening this weekend. Let's get to it. Even though Terminator Dark Fate is the 6th film in the franchise, it hasn't had the involvement of the original director, James Cameron, since T2 Judgment Day back in 1991. Cameron's involvement in this new installment is evident, as this is the best the Terminator franchise has been since then. The new film is actually directed by Tim Miller, who directed Deadpool, and the material is handled as if this was a direct sequel to T2, dismissing the other Terminator films that have come since. Linda Hamilton reprises her role as Sarah Connor, mother to John Connor, the man who will one day lead a human rebellion against the intelligent machines that have taken over the world. I don't want to give too much of the plot away, because there are some shocking developments even in the opening minutes of Dark Fate. But I will say that they fold Sarah Connor and also the old Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 Terminator model nicely back into the mix. This franchise feels fun again, and the R rating is the first in the franchise since Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, which allows it to get back to its roots of scary, violent mayhem. I do wish that some of the action was handled a bit better. A lot of the film is messy, confusing, and towards the end, extremely cartoonish. Better, more memorable action might have made this movie a real winner. But still, I liked Terminator Dark Fate a lot more than I thought I was going to going in, and I think it will be a real crowd pleaser, as it tries to update this franchise for a successful future. I give Terminator Dark Fate a B. I understand that some people out there will disqualify a movie if it's subtitled, but if that's you, I urge you to reconsider. Some of the very best films of all time have come from overseas, from Life is Beautiful to Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon to A Separation. Now comes Parasite, a film from South Korea that deserves every bit of praise as these other films I've mentioned, and not just as a foreign film. This is one of the best films, period, of 2019. It's really got everything you would want in a piece of cinema. It's funny, thrilling, thought-provoking, and deeply meaningful on several different levels. And it's all put together seamlessly by director Bong Joon-ho, who brought us Okja and also Snowpiercer. But to give away the plot is to spoil the fun, and this film is one that I think benefits from you knowing as little about it as possible going in. So just take my advice. Seek out Parasite, a film that will burrow deep down in your soul and one that is hard to shake. It's one of the best films of 2019, and I give Parasite an A. From the twisted, quirky mind of writer-director Taika Waititi comes Jojo Rabbit, the feel-good Nazi movie of the century. It's about a young Nazi boy, played by Roman Griffin Davis, whose imaginary friend just happens to be Adolf Hitler, played by Waititi himself as a neurotic goofball. The movie is poignant and funny, lampooning the idea of hate, white nationalism, and really everything else that the Nazi Party stands for. It's very tricky to strike a balance between funny and serious, especially when your movie is set during World War II. And Waititi is mostly successful in walking that line, but some of it doesn't quite land. Jojo Rabbit is a celebration of our commonalities and an uplifting rejection of hatred, so it's hard not to get on board with it. And I give Jojo Rabbit a B+. Also in theaters this weekend is a film starring and directed by Edward Norton called Motherless Brooklyn, which also stars Gugu Mbatha-Raw, Bruce Willis, and Willem Dafoe. New on Netflix this weekend is the epic Timothée Chalamet vehicle, The King, about the iconic monarch Henry V of England. Check out the website for my full reviews of those films. For more detailed reviews of these and other movies, please check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. You can go to the site, search the critics list to find Tom Santilli, and you can scroll through all of my recent and not so recent reviews. Another good way to find my stuff is to follow me on Twitter @TomSantilli or go to the website movieshowplus.com.